Another season without a trophy sank towards an agonizing anticlimax for Arsenal in the Parc des Princes on Wednesday night, 2 steps short of the glittering Champions League prize they craved, a string of missed chances away from shedding the reputation of chokers and nearly men that hangs around their necks like millstones. Of the magic moments that Arsenal boss Mikel Arteta and his midfield general Declan Rice had dreamed of and hoped for and mythologized on the eve of this semi-final second leg in the City of Light, there were none. Not for Arsenal anyway. Not until it was too late. By the time Bukayo Saka, their best player, pulled a goal back 15 minutes from time, PSG had put the tie out of reach with brilliant strikes from Fabian Ruiz and Achraf Hakimi. That does not mean Arsenal did not produce a performance to be proud of in a 2-1 defeat that left them 3-1 losers on aggregate. Their players poured their hearts and souls into this tie. All of them. And they outplayed PSG for swathes of the match. 2. Their pressing was superhuman in the first half in particular. They were heartbreakingly close to getting to their first Champions League final for 19 years, but until Saka's 76th minute strike, they could not convert all their possession and dominance into goals. They missed chances they had to score. They were denied by the brilliance of PSG goalkeeper Gianluigi Donnarumma. After everything, it came down to this. PSG took their chances. Arsenal did not. Not until the game was gone. They still lack that edge that makes the difference between triumph and disaster. They do not have a ruthless goal scorer. It is the most important skill of all, and Arsenal lack it. It is why they were not good enough here. If anything, their failure was a failure of recruitment. Arteta spoke afterwards of how Arsenal had been the better team for 160 minutes of the 2 legs. Even if that were true, it means little. They had chances that could have changed the game, chances that might have shaped a different destiny. They could not take them. Moments like those decide ties like this. Even after he had pulled one back, Saka missed a golden opportunity to score again, skying Ricardo Calafiori's cross over the bar. And so the debate about whether they were undone again by the lack of a conventional center forward will rage on. It is something they must fix in the summer. For PSG, a date with Inter Milan in Munich at the end of the month, and the chance to win their first Champions League awaits. All that remains for Arsenal now is the sad, desultory crawl to the end of the season and the imperative of holding on to a place in the top 5. Some, in the midst of their disappointment, will call, absurdly, for Arteta to be sacked. That would be a huge mistake. There is much to be optimistic about for next season. Saka, William Saliba, Miles Lewis-Skelly, Declan Rice, and Martin Odegaard can be the core of a team that breaks its drought next season. It was said last month that this Arsenal team had come of age when they beat Real Madrid home and away in the quarterfinals and looked hugely impressive doing so. Then, when they lost the first leg of the semi-finals against PSG last week, the siren voices started singing in their ears. Maybe Madrid aren't what they used to be. Maybe the win in the Bernabeu wasn't quite as significant as it seemed. Maybe it was another false dawn. Maybe, as Wayne Rooney suggested, Arsenal were afraid of putting everything on.